Hey guys, it's Katie and I'm here today to do another Top 5 Wednesday video. Today's theme is all about independent ladies and I've got quite a lineup of ladies to talk to you guys about today, so let's just jump right on in. The first lady I want to talk to you about today is Annabeth Chase from the Percy Jackson series. Annabeth is not only a daughter of Athena, so she's an incredible warrior and she's incredibly smart, but she also has a very, very caring aspect to her when it comes to her friends and certain members of her family. She's been out on her own since she was 7 years old, and she's just been fighting all of these people. And then along comes Percy, and while she does have some feelings for Percy, she does not let them get in her way of getting a job done. There are times where she is a little bit plagued by her emotions and things that have happened to him or that she thinks are going to happen to him, and that might cloud her judgment a little, but she still is able to do what she needs to do in order to get a job done, and she does not let her feelings for anybody stand in her way. Coming in next is Rachel from the Animorph series. Rachel is another one of those ruthless, badass characters who is actually referred to as a Xena warrior by a lot of her friends in an endearing way. But she is always the one who is gung-ho and ready to jump in and go to battle and do what needs to be done, and just has no qualms. She doesn't even have to really think about what she has to do before she does it. Of a romantic subplot with one of the other characters, Tobias, and that relationship is not only incredibly complicated, but she has complicated emotions about it because of the situation that they have been put in. However, she does not let her emotions stand in her way. She knows what needs to be done, and as the series goes on, we see her wrestle with what she's become and kind of where she sees herself going, and just kind of having this big moral dilemma kind of a situation. But she knows deep in her heart that all of these people are counting on her to get a job done and do what needs to be done. And so she continues to be who she has to be in order to survive. And so she doesn't really spare much thought for the people around her. She knows that they care about her and she knows that they're worried about her, but she's always been able to take care of herself, and she doesn't need a man to do that. She does need her friends though. She needs her friends in order to do the things that she needs to do, because it's not a one person kind of a situation, it's a team effort. And coming in at number 3 is Éowyn from The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. Éowyn is a shield maiden in every aspect of the word. She knows her status and she knows what's expected of her, but she does not want to conform to what has been thrust upon her. She does not want to conform and bow down and marry someone just because it's her duty. She doesn't want to necessarily conform to the societal constraints that are placed upon her. She will go to battle, and she does go to battle, much to the dismay of those around her. Her uncle is not a fan. Her friends are not a fan, but she is willing to fight for what she believes in and do what she knows she must, especially since she's been trained in battle, in warfare. And she is not willing to let society dictate what is and is not okay for her to do. She does have a little bit of a romantic subplot. She has this weird kind of pining thing with Aragorn going on, but everyone and their mother knows that that is not realistic. And she basically just kind of brushes herself off and just knows what she needs to do. She does not let that cloud her judgment. She does not let that cloud her morals. And she doesn't let herself while away in a cage because of some man. And later, the other romantic subplot happens post-war, when she is in a place of healing, and they fit perfectly together. They have very similar backgrounds, and they complement each other more than anything else. And who they are respectively, I know that they would respect each other's boundaries, and he would respect her for her wiliness and her willfulness to do what she deems right. And she knows how to interact with him as well, and they just make a really perfect complementary couple. And her non-manliness comes in handy at one point. If you've read the books or watched the movies, you know what I'm talking about. And she's just the epitome of strong-willed, strong woman in every aspect of the word, and I adore her. Then next up is Vasya from the Winter Nights trilogy. She gets herself in a bit of a romantic entanglement with a specific character who is my favorite boy. I love him so much. But because of their respective places in this battle, they are not going to stop each other from doing what they have to do. Morozko is not going to stop Vasya from doing what she wants to do. He tries to warn her about certain things, but she kind of takes it with a grain of salt and does her own thing on her own terms. And the same happens with Morozko. He has a job to do, and Vasya has tried to dictate how he's done his job before, and he knows what he has to do. And so they're very, very independent people, but they complement each other so well. And when they do finally kind of come together as a team and as a unit, they're stronger together. They bring their individual traits and their individual personalities together, and it becomes quite something to behold. They're a very dynamic duo. He protects her, she protects him. They have a very symbiotic relationship, and it's just stunning and absolutely gorgeous. And then finally, last but not least, I have to give tribute to the Vestrit family. But I am primarily going to focus on Althea. Althea is one of the core female characters in the Vestrit family. She's from the Live Ship Traders trilogy, and just the realm of the Elderlings overall, because she shows up in other books at points too. But she and her life goal is to man her father's live ship, which should have gone to her upon her father's death, but her father decided to give it to his elder daughter instead. And that causes a lot of tension, but she is not willing to stop until she gets what is rightfully hers. And while she has some romantic entanglements with certain crew members and certain people, and they are trying to kind of tell her to calm down and that it'll all work out, she's not really about listening to them. She's all about getting up, going out, and doing her own thing, getting what is rightfully hers on her terms. And ultimately, she does accept help from certain people, but it's solely her mission. And the people around her know that. They know that this thing that she has to do is for her, and they are just there along for the ride to help her out with any hardships that she encounters. But the thing I love even more about Althea is not only is she on this journey to get back her family's live ship and take what is rightfully hers, but she trains hard. She's trained her whole life to be able to do that. Her life is on the sea. She goes and she goes and is part of a crew on a live ship as a ship's boy. For quite some time, she dresses up as a boy, so she can, make enough money and do what she loves without the ship that that is her heart. But she does this all without the help of men and people around her, despite what society expects of her. Society expects of her to get married, have children, and, be a woman that's, you know, that society expects, but she is not about that. She's all about breaking constraints and going out and doing all of the extra powerful things that she needs to do in order to get what she wants, what is rightfully hers, what she cares about. And does she fall in love on the way? Yeah. Does she have a lot of hardships? Oh, you bet she does. But it is definitely lots of female power going on in that family. Because Althea is only one of many people from that family that I can talk about in terms of the independent female characters, if you will. So yeah, those are the 5 independent ladies I wanted to talk to you about today. As you can kind of see, I picked all of these based on a specific theme. I know that there is a lot of different types of strength and kind of what determines independence, because, you know, there's inner strength and there's independence and stuff like that. And I mean, all of these ladies had a romantic subplot kind of in the background or in the forefront even, but they all proved that they didn't need that man in order for them to do something, or that they didn't need someone hovering around them to get anything done. And so that's kind of why I picked them. Plus, I love all of them, and I love all of the relationships that they ultimately end up in, because they work for the characters. They are not just a fan service. They're hard-earned, well-written characters, and I highly recommend that if you haven't read any of these, that you do so, because they're definitely really, really well done. But if you have read any of these or are planning on reading any of these, feel free to leave comments down below and let me know who are some of your favorite independent ladies. But yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below or come find me on Twitter and we can continue the conversation there. And if you like, I also have a Goodreads. You can come follow me over there just to see what I'm reading and whatnot. But other than that, I'll catch you guys later with another video. Bye!